This is not an attack. This is just facts. This is just actual facts on what she hasn't done. But what we have heard and what we have seen is her talk about Trump. While families of loved ones or family members of loved ones have been shot at, or killed by police, especially those who are in mental crisis.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.
From New Rochelle to Buffalo, and most recently with Daniel McAlpin's death, the same pattern repeats. A 911 call for help ends with a fatal shooting, followed by an attorney general's report declaring the officer's actions justified. Each case concludes the same way: no charges, no accountability, no reform. McAlpin's case is especially disturbing. His mother called for help during his mental health crisis. Instead of trained professionals, police armed with rifles entered his home. Minutes later, he was dead. The trooper who killed him hadn't received mental health crisis training in nearly a decade. Yet James's office still ruled the shooting justified and offered no recommendations for reform. This failure isn't isolated. In New Rochelle, officers shot and killed Jarrell Garris after falsely claiming he grabbed an officer's gun, a claim disproven by body cam footage. Again, no charges, no accountability. Letitia James had the authority and the moral duty to correct these systemic failures. Following George Floyd's death, she was supposed to compile statewide best practices for use of force after every police department submitted reviews. Those recommendations were never released. The moment for reform died in her office. Instead of using her platform to protect vulnerable New Yorkers, James has focused on high-profile political cases, suing Trump and chasing corporate headlines, while ignoring state violence against the poor, the mentally ill, and the black. Her silence sends a clear message. In New York, officers can kill without consequence, and families who seek help risk tragedy. True justice requires leadership that values training and compassion and accountability over political popularity. Until that changes, the grieving families of men like McAlpin and Garris will continue to remind us of what happens when the people's top cop stops leading and starts hiding behind press releases.
Now, some people call me a Republican because I am hard on Tish James. And I've been in law enforcement. I'm retired, but I've been in law enforcement for 33 years. I've been fighting for oversight and better training for police officers for most of my career.
Country. Governor David Paterson did a police-on-police shooting report. And one of the main findings of the report was that racial bias, conscious or unconscious, plays a role in a police officer in using deadly force or physical force. So what we see here today is when Brother Lanier was trying to identify himself as being part of the institution, they did not believe him. Why did they not believe him? Because he was a black man. And for too many incidents in New York State, we have seen police officers abused, shot at, and killed by their white counterparts. Now let's make this perfectly clear. We are all here in the profession of law enforcement. You're looking at over 300 years of law enforcement standing behind you. And as black law enforcement, we are 4 degrees separation from the police brutality victims that we see about on social media. Either we know them, we know somebody that knows them, they're a family member, and in many cases, just like what happened to Officer Lanier, we are the victims. But we like to call out these officers here. See, as good law enforcement, we have to call out the bad ones. Yes, sir. We have to call them out when they do wrong. And we have to call out the police department that cover up bad apples. See, everybody say, don't paint police officers with a broad brush. But we have to. When management and the institution cover up bad cops. They have yet to release the names of these bad apples right here. They have yet to announce an investigation of these bad apples right here. So we are telling the community, if you see them, call the police on the police.
There you go.
Call the police on them.
Amen, amen.
Do not allow them in your community. Do not allow them to continue to abuse black people. See, enough is enough.
Right.
And this is not just a message to Garden City Police Department. This is a message to any police department in the state of New York that allows police officers to abuse one of their own.
Yes, yes.
We will be standing in front of your police department, wherever police department in the state of New York, doing the same thing that we're doing here, calling these police officers out, putting the...
Tish James came into office, and a lot of people, they really had hope that she was actually going to address a lot of the lax and oversight in the police departments in New York State. And she hasn't. This is not an attack. This is just facts. You know, this is just actual facts on what she hasn't done. But what we have heard and what we have seen is her talk about Trump. While families of loved ones or family members of loved ones have been shot at, or killed by police, especially those who are in mental crisis. See, what people must understand, a lot of police departments don't train their cops to respond to mental crisis. That's one of the biggest problems that we have, and it affects Black communities more than it affects any other communities, because these poor Black communities really don't have the money and the health care to make sure that these people, the people in their family that have these mental needs, are professionally observed throughout the day. So a lot of times it's a family member, it's a cousin, it's a grandma, it's a grandfather, it's a loved one that watches them and makes sure, you know, that they could get throughout their day without crisis. And when it gets too rough, they call the police to help, not to come and kill their loved one, not to come and do it. So a lot of times, brothers and sisters, because they're not trained, then the unfortunate thing happens. So in this last incident with this young man, his family called to help him. And he was having a mental episode, saying that he was dealing with the devil. Now here's the key. He had a knife in his hand and he had a fake gun, and the police knew it was a fake gun. The report states that the troopers was aware that McAlpin possessed a knife and an airsoft pellet gun, so wasn't going to hurt nobody. Officers' body-worn camera footage confirms that the suspect told them it wasn't real. And despite that knowledge, the troopers treated the situation with an AR-15 rifle. So you got a group of police.
All we would do is we have to talk to somebody.
Let's clear the close one first. No?
Yeah, please. Stand.
See this close one? Yeah.
Be calm, Dan. Please. Danny? Danny? I do not want to hurt anyone. Please go away. Danny, nobody wants to hurt you. We just want you to hurt anyone.
Where do you want to grab it?
Danny, we want to build trust with you.
I don't know where it's grabbing.
Oh, yeah? Give us your hands! Give us your hands! Hold on. Let me see your hands! I'm drop it! Drop the weapon! Put the knife down! Drop it! Drop it! Drop the knife! Help him! He's down! He's down! All right, we got him! Help him! Help him! We're safe! Everybody's safe!
Hands behind your back. Render aid, render aid. Get a tourniquet on his arm after we cuff.
This is my patient.
Get back! Get back!
Get him out!
Get him out of the scene.
Has he been shot?
No. Yes.
Danny, right now, all we would do is we'd have you talk to somebody.
Let's clear the close one first. Which one are you, ready?
You got a group of police dealing with a mentally ill man with a pellet gun, knife, and they bring on an AR-15 rifle. Why not just get a shield and just ram them? To the life of me, I don't understand why police are so scared of knives. I was a correction officer for 33 years. We don't have guns in the jail, and we deal with inmates with knives on a daily basis. He pull out a knife, you put a whipping to that behind. And it's justified because it's still physical force. But to use deadly force with somebody with a knife and a BB gun, I don't get it. There were so many other ways that you could disarm this young man, and the fact that these cops haven't received training to deal with mentally ill people for over a decade. That's the point of the training. That's the point of the training. And what does she do? The top cop is refer it back to the police department? No. When I was on the Westchester County panel, when then Governor Cuomo put the executive order that every police department in New York State had to review their policies, their use of force policies, and make recommendations and send them to her office. Took 9 months out of my life. I got off at 7 a.m. Had to drive 45 minutes home to be on a Zoom call at 9 a.m. with this task force for about 9 months. Only to do this report, send it to the AG's office, and she does nothing with it. Wasted 9 months out of my life doing something that I didn't get paid for. But I did it because I thought that the outcome was to be greater than the sacrifice that I did, because we would have had some type of reform, some type of training, so these incidents will not continue to happen. But they continue to happen, and her focus was bringing up them crazy charges against Cuomo, and then chasing Trump and trying to destroy his family, while the main work that we needed to get done, her office failed to do. And this is not an attack, because if you attack me saying I'm attacking, then clearly you have never sat down with a family that lost their loved one to police violence, or sat down with a family that called the police to help their loved one because he was having mental crisis. Instead of helping them, they killed him. It's a very serious matter. Wow. Little no come. Yeah. Well, everybody has a story. This is not anything anti-police. We're just saying police just need to be properly trained to respond to situations. We're not talking about defunding the police and all that other nonsense that they talk about that only puts the Black community in more danger. Because police departments around the world, not the world, the country, in Black cities are short 50, 60, 100, 1,000 police officers. And then crime is out of control, and you can't get nobody to take the test. And foolish Black parents tell their children not to become a police officer and protect their community, but they don't have no problem with them being in gangs in the community. That's the hypocrisy of some of these Negro parents. Maybe you get benefits, a pension. Hey, what's up, Nolan Joseph? Thank you for coming in, man. We're just having a discussion. You know, thank you for tuning in. But, you know, we gotta change our mindset as Black folks, man. And we have to come out and vote. And sometimes you gotta look beyond the color of the person when you're voting for them. You gotta look at their intentions. You know, because if you keep voting for the same thing and expecting different results, that's a definition of insanity. So ain't nothing wrong with the politician when they don't do anything. There's something wrong with you because you expected them to do something different.
Tired of the same emotional politics that lead nowhere. Emotional Politics, Logical Failure by Damon K. Jones is the book Black America needs right now. It exposes the lies, challenges the gatekeepers, and calls for real strategy, not just symbolism. Power starts with truth. On sale, now, and available in audiobook on Amazon.
Tolerance is for Cowards by Damon K. Jones. This book is not anti-police, it's pro-community. Discover how the extended policing strategy empowers you to demand real public safety, justice, and accountability from your local police department. Because the Black community deserves good policing. On sale now on Amazon and Audible. Discover Jesus and Divine Black Masculinity by Damon K. Jones. This a bold blueprint to restore faith, manhood, and purpose in Black America. Because the Black community needs good Black men. Available now on Amazon. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like and share it with others who need to hear the truth. And for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access, join the Black Westchester Magazine YouTube membership club today. Your support helps us keep independent Black media strong. Support independent Black media with style. Rock Black Westchester merch and represent the news with the Black point of view. Every purchase helps us speak truth to power.
This is the Publisher's Desk with Damon K. Jones, brought to you by Black Westchester Magazine, where life, culture, community, and faith meet truth, power, and purpose.